Building, etc. not used exclusively for business. Section 38. Now what can happen is that in many cases the company might own one asset. Let's say it is building. Okay. And this building has various blocks A, B, C. Right? Now in the block A there is a company X. In block B there is a company Y. In block C the owner is occupying the space personally. Right? Now let's say this company, and we are assuming that all these X and Y are business belonging to the owner. Right? Now if the company incurs any expenditure in respect of this building, right, this building is not used exclusively by the owner for the purpose of his own business and profession. So let's say we are talking about the owner, okay, and he uses two parts for the purpose of business. The third part is being used personally, right? So can we say that the building is used exclusively for business purpose by the owner? The answer is clearly a no, right? In that case, what happens is you need to allocate this expenditure, right, proportionately to the business and personal purposes. And this is what is sought to be covered under section 38. Section 38 says where any building, which is what we took in this example, plant or machinery, so it could be building or plant and machinery, furniture, could be even a furniture, is not used exclusively for business. Exclusively means completely, entirely, right? So if you are the owner of a building, if you are the owner of a plant, if you are owner of a machinery or a furniture, which even though it is there in the business, but it is not used exclusively for business, or for that matter, other expenditure incurred. So let's say even otherwise you incur a rent payment. Okay. Let me use a different sheet now. So let's say you make a payment for rent for a house which is used 50% for business and 50% for personal use. Right? So you are incurring an expenditure which is not exclusively in connection with the business. The deductions shall be restricted to such proportion actually, not proposition. This is PROPORT of the expenditure as is deemed appropriate by the assessing officer. Right? So when you do it like this, either you have a straightforward, very clear demarcation which you do in your books of accounts yourself. If you don't do, then the assessing officer is going to see what is the reasonable proportion which can be said to be used for the purpose of business, and accordingly he is going to allocate the total expenditure in case it's an expenditure, or if it's a building, plant and machinery or a furniture, maybe the depreciation between the business purpose and the non-business purpose, and the deduction is going to be applied only in respect of business expenditure. Right?